The 2024 election, a missed opportunity for Democrats, a post-mortem analysis. The resounding Republican victory in the 2024 election, culminating in a 312-26 electoral college defeat for the Democratic ticket and a roughly 1.5% national popular vote deficit, has sent shockwaves through the party. The aftermath is a whirlwind of soul-searching, finger-pointing, and a desperate search for answers. Among the most prominent voices dissecting the loss is Tim Walz, the governor of Minnesota and the 2024 Democratic vice presidential nominee, who, in a candid interview with Politico, levels a significant critique at the campaign's strategy. Walz, lauded throughout the campaign for his effective communication, particularly his memorable characterization of the Trump-Vance ticket as weird, contends that the campaign played it far too safe. He argues that a more aggressive, boots-on-the-ground approach, involving a significantly increased number of in-person events across the United States, was crucial and regrettably absent. "We shouldn't have been playing this thing so safe," Walz stated bluntly, highlighting a perceived over-reliance on cautious strategies that ultimately proved insufficient. This assessment isn't merely a retrospective lament. Walz's critique is grounded in a practical understanding of the political landscape and a keen awareness of the limitations imposed by the compressed campaign timeframe. He suggests that the shortened campaign cycle significantly hampered their ability to connect deeply with voters across the nation. The inherent challenge of reaching every corner of the country in a limited time necessitates a strategy of impactful in-person engagements, a tactic Walz believes was underutilized. His comments offer a valuable insight into the Democratic Party's broader approach to campaigning. Walz highlights a perceived tendency towards cautiousness, a hesitancy to fully engage with both mainstream and non-traditional media outlets. This prevent defense, as he puts it, borrowing a football analogy, focused on minimizing losses rather than seizing offensive opportunities. In football parlance, we were in a prevent defense, to not lose, when we never had anything to lose, because I don't think we were ever ahead, he explained, revealing a strategic misstep that prioritized risk aversion over assertive campaigning. Walz's recent resurgence in the national spotlight, marked by increased media appearances and a successful fundraising event attracting 1,000 Democrats in Minnesota, underscores his continued relevance and influence within the party. His earlier success, fueled by effective social media engagement and relatable TV interviews, serves as a stark contrast to the perceived shortcomings of the broader campaign strategy. His reflection suggests that a more robust application of these successful elements could have significantly altered the trajectory of the election. The contrast between Walz's proactive, engaging communication style and the campaign's more cautious approach reveals a potentially critical disconnect. His compelling narrative, characterized by personal connection and effective messaging, highlights a missed opportunity to replicate this success on a larger scale. The campaign's perceived over-reliance on traditional methods, without a parallel investment in grassroots engagement and a more daring media strategy, may have limited its overall reach and impact. The defeat, Walz acknowledges, is a shared responsibility. "When you're on the ticket and you don't win, that's your responsibility," he admits, shouldering his share of the blame with characteristic humility. However, his frank assessment of the campaign's strategic shortcomings, particularly the lack of aggressive in-person outreach and a hesitancy to engage diverse media platforms, offers valuable lessons for the Democratic Party as it navigates the challenging path to future electoral success. The 2024 loss isn't just a numerical setback. It's a call for a comprehensive reassessment of campaigning strategies, a recalibration of communication approaches, and a renewed commitment to connecting authentically with the American people. The question now is not merely about identifying the mistakes made, but about learning from them and charting a course towards a more effective and successful future. The analysis initiated by Walz's candid reflections is critical in this endeavor, forcing a much-needed introspection within the Democratic Party as it prepares for the challenges ahead. The road to recovery begins with honest self-assessment and a willingness to adapt and innovate.